TV3's Military Appreciation Salute is brought to you by the VFW Post 1676 in Detroit Lakes and VFW Gaming.
Jim Jirava, obviously the Vietnam War. I was in from February 8th, 1968 until April 30th, 1970. Okay, when I started out going in there, I was in the artillery. We came through Benoit. We flew up to Pleiku, where we were stationed there, and north of there into Dak To. We were in Cambodia on March 8th or 9th of 1969. We were there for 2 weeks, came back into Vietnam on the first fire base, of which I ended up breaking my back and in hospital for 6 weeks, so I didn't do artillery anymore after that. I ended up eventually being the battalion mail clerk, so I was taking the mail from Pleiku to An Khe every day, the resupply, of which the driver of the truck was Rupert Manka from St. Cloud. We got to be pretty good buddies. Lost him about 7 years ago. And so after that, I did a lot of other things in there, but mainly that's what we did. We got hit a few times in convoys and blew up trucks, whatnot. Got shot at once in a while. Obviously, there was some killed when I was there. You'd always hear about it. When I got back in the rear, you paid attention to the guys out in the field, but some of the ones that were right in the unit, 2 weeks after I left, I was in the 4th Infantry Division, and we were coming back home then. We started the move actually in early '69. After we pulled out of Cambodia, we actually were going to go move back to the States then, and the gradual movement came back from Camp Inari to Camp Radcliffe and An Khe. So, but after I left, when they were pulling out, they sent a convoy to Dak To to bring some stuff back in there. And one man in particular, Dennis Silverson, his name is on the wall there, him and Stephen Barkley, and there was one other one, I don't recall right offhand, they all got killed in that convoy. The interesting thing about that is Dennis was never supposed to ever leave base camp because he was highly allergic to bee stings. I remember that, so he was never to go on stuff like that, but we were moving out, so I suppose they just that's the way it was, you know. They got they went on that road too, if I remember. It's Highway 14 or 17 from Pleiku to An Khe. We used to get hit a lot of times on that, and the one going north too, we'd get shot at, holes in flat tires, bullet holes. Met an oil tanker all on fire one time and rolled off in the ditch right in front of us, so we had to stop, and I dragged the driver out of the ditch there. He was all on fire. We got the fire put out, and I threw him in the truck, and we got out of there again. We got hit by a B-40 rocket at that time. Rupert shot him. He had an M16. I had a 45 because I had a briefcase when I got to be battalion mail clerk then. I got a top secret security clearance, and I carried sensitive information in a briefcase with an incinerator grenade in it back and forth because they didn't want that information over the air. So I was to destroy that if we ever got hit. I hadn't hit. I had my finger on the pin one time. I just about pulled it, but when Rupert shot at that North Vietnamese soldier who was going to shoot at us with his M16, it jammed immediately, and just like clockwork, he back in the thing, and I cocked my 45 and handed it to him, and absolute miracle how we ever hit him, but bouncing on that rough road, one shot, he got him. But a hundredth of a second before he hit him, he shot that rocket. He got the back tires on our truck. But we got to the top of the hill then, and we were able to limp back into An Khe. And then, of course, the gunships come in, and they sprayed everything with the miniguns. And boy, that was a lot of shooting. You know, I can still remember the shell casings coming down just like rain, and they went over the top. And they get us back into Camp Radcliffe, and we made it that time. But we did that every day for about 200 days. Mainly this is about Memorial Day, and that's remembering people that were lost during the war or ones that served in the war, and we lost them after that. We do it for the Ogama VFW. We do 11 cemeteries every Memorial Day. We do a deal on there that's set by the National VFW, which we go around doing them. We have one highlight of doing that is we stopped at Roger and Sharon Winters. They have for 30 years already. They'll stop in there and either make kolache for us or cookies or coffee, and everybody looks awful forward to that. But we do a lot of that around and all that, public relations, a lot of things. Helping with service organizations, we have a very active auxiliary that helps us a lot. We have district conventions, different things that go around. So it's a big deal for Memorial Day, and to get the younger people too to remember just what the meaning of a Memorial Day is. Because if we don't do that, you know, it'll go into history and be forgotten, which I hopefully doubt that it ever will, but nobody can say what's going to happen 100 years from now.
Thank you to all who have served in the military and to all those who gave their lives.